A very good evening to all of you and welcome to Gradeup. Guys, today we are back with the daily current affairs which we've been doing from the past almost 3 weeks. And in these 3 weeks, we have actually learnt a lot about the current affairs topics. Now, people, we will be discussing about these current affairs. First of all, because it is very, very important for your BBA and hotel management examinations, and it will also come in handy in case you are giving a personality test, an interview, or actually any other entrance examinations that you will be giving in the future. Keeping that in mind, inculcating the reading of the newspaper has become absolutely indispensable for us. Keeping that in mind, we are going to discuss 20 daily current affairs with you. Now, these current affairs are going to inculcate a very healthy habit in which you will be reading the newspapers of almost every day. And these news are very, very important for your have a lot of importance on the national as well as the international level. Okay, keeping this in mind, Gradeup has curated almost 20 MCQs for you on a daily basis, and that is summarized usually in a weekly revision for all of you. So make sure that you're following all our classes and try to make your notes very, very properly. It's going to help you out in your exam entrance preparations. Okay. Now today I have come up with 20 current affairs for the 28th of January 2021. Now about me, I am basically a polity and current affairs expert and have over 4 years of teaching experience. I have mentored many students in my life, and this is the information that I'm giving you just to make you sure that you are in safe hands. Okay. Now let's start and straight away dive into question number 1. See, name the motorbike ambulances that have been created on 350cc Royal Enfield classic bikes. Okay, by the nuclear medicine and allied sciences in mass. See, what I'm trying to say here is you must have heard of, vans coming as ambulances. This is a very new initiative that has been launched by the Institute of Nuclear Medicine and Allied Sciences. Have a look at the options. Option A reads Rakshak. Option B reads Seva. Option C is Rakshita. And option D is Suraksha. I'm going to give you 10 seconds for this question. It's a very, very interesting topic. Take 10 seconds of your time and tell me which one you think is the correct option. Alright. So the answer to this question is C, Rakshita. See, DRDO has given away about 21 motorbike ambulances which are called Rakshita to the CRPF, okay, the Central Reserve Police Force. It is developed by the Institute of Nuclear Medicine and Allied Sciences in New Delhi, okay. It is basically going to be treated as a transport emergency vehicle. Now, these customized ambulances are created on 350cc Royal Enfield classic bikes. It is fitted with a customized reclining casualty evacuation seat. So, some of the more major information that you have taken is who has given it to whom. So, number 1, DRDO to CRPF. It is called Rakshita. It is a bike-based casualty transport emergency vehicle. It has been made on 350cc, the major word here, 350cc Royal Enfield classic bikes. Now, let's go to the next question here. Okay. So, what is the theme of the Swachhta Pakhwara organized by the National Cadet Corps NCC at India Gate, New Delhi? Is it A, Clean India, Green India, ये है हमारा Dream India? Is it स्वच्छता ही सेवा है? Is it स्वच्छ भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत? Or is it स्वच्छ India, स्वास्थ्य India? Okay. Tell me which of the following options you think is going to be correct. I'll give you 10 seconds for your answer. Okay. The answer to this question is A. Clean India, Green India, ye hai hamara Dream India. Let me tell you a little about this. See, the National Cadet Corps or the NCC has organized the Swachhta Pakhwara, okay, at the India Gate, New Delhi. See, it was inaugurated by the Defense Secretary of India, Ajay Kumar. Okay, the theme, as we've already discussed, is Clean India, Green India, ye hai hamara Dream India. And the NCC cadets will keep the Rajpath clean for the Republic Day Parade of 2021. Now, this will be done by spreading awareness through display banners, distribution of pamphlets, and showcasing Swachhta through Nukkad Nataks. Very interesting campaign here. Okay, let's go to the third question of the day. It's a very important one. I'll mark it as a very, very important one. Okay. So, the joint military exercise, the Desert Night 21, is to be conducted between India and which country? Okay. Is it A, the USA? Is it B, Israel? Is it C, France? Or is it D, Russia? Have a look at the options we have over here and tell me which one you think is absolutely correct with the same. Okay. The answer to this question is C, France. Now see, India and France, they're going to carry out a 5-day mega air desert night near Jodhpur. See, it is expected to see the Rafale jets. I'm pretty sure you must have heard of India inking or signing contracts with France for the distribution of these high-end Rafale jets. Okay. Now, it is in coordination, complex maneuvers to enhance operational coordination. See, the aim of the exercise is to provide operational exposure, okay, and share best practices towards enhancing I'm so sorry for this glitch. Just allow me a minute, guys. Just allow me a minute. All right. Now, let's get back to the topic. Okay. So, the India and France have to carry out a 5-day mega air desert night 21 near Jodhpur. Now, it is expected to see Rafale jets of two countries engaging in complex maneuvers to enhance operational coordination. See, the aim of the exercise is to provide operational exposure and share best practices towards enhancing the most important combat capability. Now see, these are very high end jets which can flow through very high speed, and it has been tactically made to actually tactically make against some of our hostile neighbors. So aimed at that, India really needed very good combat ready airplanes as compared to the current MiG airplanes that we had, the MiG jets that we had. Now both the air forces will be deploying frontline fighter jets as well as transport, tanker and tanker aircrafts in this exercise. All right, now this question is done. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Now the Indian Farm Forestry Development Cooperative Limited, okay, the IFFDC, it entered into an MOU with which entity to work together for tribal livelihood generation? Is it A, the Niti Aayog? Is it B, the SIDBI, C, the TriFed, or is it D, NABARD? Have a look at the options. Take 10 seconds of your time and let me know your answer for the same. The answer to this question is C, the TriFed. See, the TriFed and Indian Farm Forestry Development Cooperative Limited entered into an MOU, okay, to work together for tribal livelihood generation. Now, the two organizations have agreed to partner with each other to organize training programs for tribal artisans in the area of entrepreneurship, skill and business development. So very good partnership indeed. Let's go to the fifth question now. Now, who has been conferred with the Quarry Millet Awards of the year 2021? The Quarry Millet Awards. I'm repeating myself. The Quarry Millet Awards. Is it N. Ram? Is it B. Bilkis Dadi? Is it C. Javed Akhtar? Or is it D. Nasiruddin Shah? Carefully look at the questions and tell me which one you think is the correct option for this. Alright. The answer to this question is B. Bilkis Dadi. See, Bilkis Dadi and social activist and writer Harsh Mander. See, I'll just tell you the two names. First of all, see, the two names are Bilkis Dadi, number one. And number two, we have Harsh Mander. Okay. He was they were of the Karwai Mohabbat. Okay. They were presented with the Qaide Millet Award. She was the face of the Shaheen Bagh anti-CAA, the anti-constitutional amendment bill or protests. They were awarded for probity in political and public life at the India Islamic Cultural Center of New Delhi. Okay. 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 Now let's go to the next question. Okay. With which country India has signed an MOC on a basic partnership framework for operation of the specified skill worker system? Okay. The specified skill worker system. Is it A, France? Is it B, Germany? Is it C, Russia? Or is it D, Japan? Have a look at the options and tell me which one you think is correct. Okay. Okay. The answer to this question is D, Japan. See, India and Japan have signed an MOU for basic partnership framework of the specified skill worker system. Now, it is a new status of residence created in Japan in 2019. It accepts people of foreign origin of foreign nationals to have a certain level of expertise and skill. Okay, a very important one now. Okay, now, mountaineers of which country makes history by becoming the first to scale India in winter, the world's second highest mountain, K2, or which we can easily call Godwin Austen. Now, the K2, I'll give you some information about it, is the tallest peak of the Karakoram range, which is a part of the Trans-Himalayan region of India. Okay, so have a look at this. Have a look at the question and tell me the answer for the same. Is it A, India? Is it B, Pakistan? C, Nepal? Or D, Bhutan? Have a look at the options. Tell me which one is correct. Okay. Now, the answer to this question is C, Nepal. See, there was a team of 10 Nepali calendars who have made history. They actually climbed the K2 mountain in winter at freezing temperatures. Now, the K2 mountain, as I told you, is a part of the Karakoram range of the Trans-Himalayan region of India. Okay, it is located in the Gilgit-Baltistan side, and it is actually one of the world's most dangerous and challenging peak. Now, there's a peak which is mentioned very close to this, which is known as the Nanda Devi. I don't know if you've heard about this. It's actually known as the Killer Mountain because of its steepness. So these are two of the most important peaks and which are very, very dangerous during the winter. So this is actually history made by some Nepali climbers. All right. Now let's go to the next question. Okay. Which country has unveiled new laws to protect England's cultural and historic heritage in the form of statues and monuments? Is it A, France? Is it B, Germany? Is it C, Russia? Or is it D, the United Kingdom? Have a look at the options. Take 10 seconds of your time and let me know the answer for the same. Okay. So the answer to this question is D, obviously the United Kingdom. It's very obvious. See, England is a part of the United Kingdom, and United Kingdom, in order to protect its own country's cultural and historic heritage, has formed statues and monuments. It is done so that you cannot just remove it at a whim. For example, you must have seen names of many roads, names of many monuments, names of many other things changed because of a lot of radicalism that is going around. Now, in order to protect that, they have simply set up a number of statues and monuments throughout. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go to the 9th question of the day. Okay? Who has authored the book Manohar Parrikar, Off the Record? Okay, a very important question. Is it A, Pramod Sawant, B, Prakash Javekar, C, Vaman Subha Prabhu, or is it D, Bhagat Singh Koshyari? I'd give you 10 seconds for this option. Okay, the answer to this question is C, Vaman Subha Prabhu. See, the Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant released a book called the Manohar Parrikar, Off the Record, at a function at the Institute Menezes Braganza Hall in the city. It was written by a very serious journalist at that time who was called Vaman Subha Prabhu. Okay? Okay. Now the other question. Next question. The Madhya Pradesh state government has signed a memorandum of understanding with which state to replicate the latter's pioneering responsible tourism initiative. Okay, MOU of the Madhya Pradesh with which state to replicate the other states pioneering responsible tourism initiative. Is it Karnataka? Is it B Kerala? Is it C the Tamil Nadu? Or is it D Andhra Pradesh? Okay, look at the options and tell me which one is correct. Okay, the answer to this question is B Kerala. Okay, now see, Madhya Pradesh has signed a memorandum of understanding with Kerala for replicating the latter's pioneering responsible tourism initiative. Okay, so obviously you know Kerala has a very good responsible tourism initiative which Madhya Pradesh wanted to replicate. So an MOU between the two states has been signed, and it is a 16-point program for the same. All right, now let's go to the next question. All right, so we're almost halfway through, another half to go. Okay. Alright. Now, which state government has inaugurated India's first air taxi service under the regional connectivity scheme Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik? Okay. Again, I am marking this as a very, very important one. RCS Udan of Government of India. Is it A Rajasthan? Is it B Himachal Pradesh? Is it C Punjab? Or is it D Haryana? Okay. The answer to this question is D Haryana. See, Manohar Lal Khattar inaugurated India's first air taxi service from Chandigarh to the newly constructed Hisar Airport in Haryana. Okay. Now, this is done under the regional connectivity scheme Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. Okay. It is the CM flagged off the first flight from Chandigarh under this scheme. It is for the first time in India that a small aircraft is being used for services in form of a taxi. Okay, air taxi. All right. So this we've done with this question. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right. Okay. Now a GI tag has been sought for one of the costliest mushrooms of the world. Okay. And ironically, this mushroom is a part of India. Could you tell me which state or which place is this mushroom currently found in? Is it A, Jammu Kashmir? Is it B, Ladakh? Is it C, Puducherry? Or is it D, Andaman and Nicobar? Have a look at the options. Tell me which one you think is correct. Okay. So the answer to this question is A, Jammu and Kashmir. See, there are some of the most the Gucci mushrooms or the morel mushrooms are priced at over 20,000 rupees a kg. It's one of the world's most costliest mushrooms, and it is found in the Jammu Kashmir's Doda district. Okay, it is basically a forest produce. Okay, collected by farmers, tribals, along with the Gucci mushrooms, or the you can call it Noki mushrooms as well, or the moral mushrooms. Saffron of the state had also got the GI tag. All right. Okay. Now the 13th question of the day. Okay. Now see, the Saksham, as I can say, the Saksham, which is a month-long mass awareness program, has been launched. Okay, uh, to spread awareness about green energy and clean energy. Okay, which energy, which ministry has launched this? Okay, is it A, the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change? Is it B, Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers? Is it C, the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas? Is it D, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare? Okay, have a look at the options and tell me which one you think here is correct. Okay. Okay. The answer to this question is C, the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. See, the Saksham has been launched by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry to spread awareness about clean and green energy. It is basically a pan-India campaign to focus on the adoption of cleaner fuels in India. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the 14th question. Acha. Now see, Nazhat Shamim Khan has been elected as the president of the UNHRC, that is the United Nations Human Rights Council, in a secret ballot. Okay. Now she has been an ambassador of which country to the United Nations? Is it A, Pakistan, B, Maldives, C, Afghanistan, or is it D, Fiji? Tell me, look at the options. And tell me which one you think is absolutely correct. Okay. The answer to this question is going to be D, Fiji. See, the United Nations Human Rights Council, that is the UNHCR, has elected Fiji's ambassador as its 2021 president in an unprecedented secret ballot after a diplomatic standoff blocked the usual consensus decision. Okay. The island nation's ambassador in Geneva, okay, Nazhat Shamim Khan, beat off competition from Bahrain and Uzbekistan to lead the intergovernmental body to promote and protect human rights worldwide. So, a very, very important question here. You have actually understood who is the current person of who is the current head of the United Nations Human Rights Council. Okay, all right. Now let's go to the next question. Who has been appointed as the chairman for the telecom equipment? Okay, the Telecom Equipment and Service Export Promotion Council, TEPC. Is it A, Sandeep Agarwal, B, Garima Verma, C, Dushyant Dave, or is it D, the J.K. Maheshwari? Take 10 seconds of your time, think about the question and then answer it. Okay. Okay, the answer to this question is A, Sandeep Agarwal. Okay. 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 Now here see. The Telecom Equipment and Service Export Promotion Council has appointed Sandeep Agarwal as the new chairman. Now it is an independent body set up by the government to promote and develop the export of telecom equipment and services. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next question of the day. See, India has signed an MOU of understanding with which country to enhance cooperation in the field of information and communication technology for the standardization of 5G technology. Is it A, USA, B, France, C, Japan, and D, Germany? Okay. And tell me which option do you think is correct over here? Okay. The answer to this question, okay, is C, Japan. See, India and Japan signed a memorandum of understanding to enhance cooperation in the field of information and communication technology. All right, it's a very important MOU. It was signed between the Minister of Communications and Electronics, Ravi Shankar Prasad, and the Japanese Minister, Takeda Ryota. Okay, now that said, let's go to the 17th question. See, Prarambh Set Up India International Summit is being has been was held in which city? Is it A, Japan, B, New Delhi, C, is it Jaipur, or is it D, Hyderabad? Have a look at the options and tell me which one you think is correct. Okay. The answer to this question is B, New Delhi. See, the two-day Prarambh Startup India International Summit began in New Delhi with members of the BIMSTEC countries for participating in the inaugural event. See, the summit is being organized by Department for the Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade as a follow-up of the announcement made by the Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Now let's go to the 18th question and see the answer for this. Now, who has unveiled the driverless metro car manufactured by Bharat Earth Movers Limited? Is it A, Narendra Modi, B, Dr. Harshvardhan, C, Amit Shah, or is it D, Rajnath Singh? So the options are there in front of you. Take 10 seconds time again and see the options. Tell me which one you think is correct about the same. Okay. The answer for this question is D, Rajnath Singh. See, the Minister of Defence Rajnath Singh has unveiled India's first indigenously designed and developed driverless metro car during a function held at the Bharat Earth Movers Limited manufacturing facility in Bangalore. Okay. The driverless metro car is being manufactured by BEML for Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority MRS 1 project. Now, this project needs a total of 576 covers, which is going to be provided by January 2024, a few years from now. Okay. Now, the 19th question of the day. Okay. So, what is the total outlay of the third phase of the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 3.0, which aims to provide education to about 8 lakh candidates? Okay, Khushi, we would be doing that after in the next class. Okay, from next class onwards, I would be doing this for you. ठीक है ना? Okay. Okay. The answer to this question is C, 948.90 crore. See, the Union Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship Dr. Mahendranath Pandey launched the third phase of the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana in 600 districts across India and made available around 300 plus skill courses to the youth. It aims to provide training to around 8 lakh candidates during the period of 2020 to 2021. Its outlays almost 950 crores, that is almost 948.90 crores. Okay, now let's go to the next question. See, according to the International Migration 2020 report by the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, UNDESA, which country has the largest transnational community in 2020? Is it A, China, B, USA, is it C, India, or is it D, Russia? So have a look at the options and tell me which one you think here is correct. Okay, the answer to the last question of the day is C, India. See, the International Migration Report is released by the UNDESA. Okay, 18 million people from India were living outside their country of birth, thus making it the world's largest transnational country. It is followed by Mexico, then Russia, and then China. And after that, you have the Syrian Arab Republic at a figure of 8 million people. Okay. So, with this, guys, we are ending the session of the day. We've already launched the course for the BBA and hotel management examinations. Okay. It's already launched on the 12th of January, and it is a very crucial time for all you students to come be a part of this exam. You see, it's a very comprehensive course, something if you follow you wouldn't have to go through any books, don't want to have to go through any other thing. What we are going to give you is going to be absolutely sufficient for you to crack these examinations, crack your dream examination, to be very precise about it. So thank you so much, guys, for being online. For any doubts that you have about our courses, about the subscription plans or whatever, you can always feel free to call up on this number which is mentioned on my screen. So they are our counselors. They're going to be the best people to help you out with the same. With that, thank you so much, guys, for watching the session. I hope you enjoyed it. Please take care of yourselves. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.